November 18, 1978. Guyana. The jungle air is thick, hot, and quiet, too quiet. A lone U.S. congressman, a camera crew, and a handful of defectors board a small plane. But they never make it home. And deep within the Jonestown settlement, nearly 1,000 people are preparing to die. What began as a utopian dream would end in one of the most horrifying mass murders in modern history.
You are watching True Crime Code. Mystery meets machine. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications for weekly deep dives. Plus, I would like you to hit that like button. All done. Let's get into it.
Jim Jones was born in Indiana in 1931. An intelligent, charismatic, yet troubled child obsessed with religion, death, and power. By the 1950s, he had formed the People's Temple, a Christian sect that preached racial equality and social justice. But underneath the message of love, something darker brewed. As the temple grew, Jones's control tightened. Members gave up their possessions, families were separated, and Jones's voice became the only one that mattered. By the 1970s, facing scrutiny from the U.S. media and government, Jones relocated his flock to the remote jungles of Guyana. He called it Jonestown, a socialist paradise free from the corruption of the outside world. We are standing in the threshold of a new world. A world without hate, without racism, without pain. But it will not come without sacrifice. But paradise quickly turned into a prison. Armed guards patrolled the perimeters. Letters were censored. Food was scarce. And any doubt or disobedience was punished severely. By 1978, desperate family members in the U.S. reached out to Congressman Leo Ryan, pleading for an investigation. Ryan agreed and traveled to Jonestown with journalists and concerned relatives. At first, the visit seemed cordial. Smiles, performances, staged happiness. But cracks quickly showed. A few members slipped Ryan notes begging for escape. The mood darkened. As Ryan and the defectors attempted to leave on November 18th, they were ambushed on the airstrip by temple gunmen. 5 people were murdered, including Ryan. Back in Jonestown, Jones assembled his followers. Over loudspeakers, he delivered his final sermon. Not one of hope, but of death. If we can't live in peace, let's die in peace. We didn't commit suicide. We committed an act of revolutionary suicide, protesting the conditions of an inhumane world. Mothers poisoned their children. Adults followed. Cyanide-laced flavor aid flowed. Some were forced. Others resigned. 918 people died. In the immediate aftermath, the world was stunned. U.S. military arrived days later to recover bloated, decomposing bodies. The sheer scale of death left investigators and journalists shaken to their core. Who was Jim Jones, really? How did a man convince so many to die? Investigations revealed years of manipulation, psychological conditioning, and abuse. Jones had created an ecosystem where dissent meant death, and fear was law. Survivors spoke of beatings, mind control, and staged miracles. Temple defectors in the U.S. provided documents, recordings, and financial trails that exposed the operation as more cult than church. You didn't question. You couldn't. You lived to please him, or you didn't live. Jim Jones died that day too, from a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head. His body was found among the dead, lying beside his wife. The world watched, horrified. Questions flooded in. How did this happen? Could it happen again? Jonestown remains the largest intentional loss of American civilian life in a non-natural disaster before September 11th. The tragedy triggered changes in how cults were monitored. It birthed new conversations about religious freedom, government oversight, and mental manipulation. Jonestown wasn't just about one madman. It was about vulnerability, power, and the terrifying ease with which truth can be twisted into dogma. And in a world still filled with charismatic leaders, online cults, and manipulated minds, the echoes of Jonestown haven't faded. They've evolved. Those who do not remember the past are condemned to repeat it. Let us never forget.
Because every forgotten case reminds us of the thousands of lives cut short, the voices left unheard, and the cold truths waiting just beneath the surface. This is True Crime Code. Mystery meets machine. Don't forget to subscribe.